Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tommy and welcome to my list of the top 10 and more dinosaurs that I think could be added in the Jurassic World Evolution 2. I do realize that the majority of these won't make it into the game, with most probably not many more DLCs coming. Don't want to start any panic. I don't have any information, so I don't know anything. So at this point, even when they started recycling old stuff, no one knows. It's been no secret that the latest hybrid DLC, in my opinion, has been a little meh. Or what I thought about it was more precisely this. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's completely unnecessary, completely uncalled for. I'm grossly disappointed. And it's also the first DLC I did not buy, nor will I make any content with it, because I find it highly unnecessary and insulting even, especially when there's so many other real dinosaurs that could still make it into the game, some of which have been highly requested. So I ranked the dinosaurs and other creatures, not just the dinosaurs, on this list according to how much I would love to see them added. Feel free to provide your opinion in the comments or your top 10 picks for the most suitable reptiles that we should get. So without any further ado, let's get into the list of my top 10 dinosaurs that I would either welcome in the game, or when it comes to top 5, I am kind of missing desperately. So at number 10, Rhamphorhynchus. Let's kick off our list with one of the flyers speculated to appear in the latest DLC before we all found out it wasn't going to be focused on flyers. Rhamphorhynchus, derived from the Greek words rhamphos meaning beak and rhynchus meaning snout, is a type of long-tailed pterosaur that existed during the Jurassic period. In comparison to the short-tailed pterodactyloid pterosaurs like Pterodactylus, Rhamphorhynchus was less specialized. It possessed a lengthy tail supported by ligaments, culminating in a distinct soft tissue tail vein. Its mouth featured needle-shaped teeth pointing forward, with a curved, sharp, toothless beak-like tip, suggesting a diet primarily consisting of fish. Number 9. Microceratus. Please give me a few seconds to start running, then you can come after me for placing this fan favorite so low. But if you have seen any of my videos, you won't find it weird that even here I have some unpopular opinion time. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos, hello and welcome. I hope you like what you're seeing, and I will see you here next time as well for more Jurassic World Evolution 2 tips, tricks, tutorials, and park builds. So back to my unpopular opinion then. Am I seriously the only one who does not care about Microceratus that much? I mean, the movie animatronic was so atrociously bad and so far from looking like a live animal that I kind of developed a minor hate towards it. But by this logic, I'd have to hate every single one of the animatronic animals appearing in the movie. It's cute, of course, don't get me wrong. I would love to see it, and that's why I put it on my list, but at the same time, I wouldn't miss it if we never got it. It's a tiny ceratopsian of the late Cretaceous period, which lived roughly 66 million years ago and was discovered in 1953. We don't have such a small ceratopsid in the game. It was literally 60 centimeters long, which is adorable, but I'm not a fan of the tiny dinosaurs in the game since you can barely see them in the enclosures. I don't know, I think they will most probably add it eventually, but I am not crazy about this one. Number 8, Torvosaurus. A dinosaur I certainly would love to see in the game is Torvosaurus, one that we already have in Prehistoric Kingdom, but knowing my prowess of modular building, I don't think I'll ever be building a habitat for this particular animal. That is, unless we can see it in Jurassic World Evolution 2 one day, or when I start modding the game. I am starting to see reasons to. Anyway, Torvosaurus represents a genus of substantial megalosaurian theropod dinosaurs. It roamed the Earth around 165 to 148 million years ago. Its fossil remains have been discovered in present-day locations including Colorado, Portugal, Germany, and potentially England, Spain, Tanzania, and Uruguay. Number 7, Erlikosaurus. We got Therizinosaurus, we got Deinocheirus, and it would be very nice to complete our holy trinity of giant non-sauropod herbivores in the game with the Erlikosaurus. You will know Erlikosaurus if you ever played Jurassic World Alive, where this dinosaur used to be very prominent, for the most part for hybrid creation. And those were some powerful hybrids in their time, I gotta say, and those were the hybrids that I actually liked. Erlikosaurus is a late Cretaceous therizinosaur found in the Bayan Shire Formation of Mongolia in 1972, dating to around 96 million to 89 million years ago. It's usually considered to be the therizinosaur's little cousin, since it is said to have been smaller than the other dinosaurs in its clade. Might be half the size of Therizinosaurus, but that's what would make this dinosaur stand out, so that it wouldn't be just a copy of its larger relative. But the fact that we have Therizinosaurus in the game makes me doubt that they would ever add Erlikosaurus, simply because it would be too similar. At number 6, we have Archaeopteryx. With the recent addition of the adorable Jalopterus, this legit is the first creature in the game that I have trouble remembering the name of, we got our first feathered flying reptile. That means that it might not be such a problem to add another one. Archaeopteryx is a legendary and well-known extinct animal that is considered by many as the very first ancestor of our modern birds, or the very first bird even. This animal lived approximately 163.5 million to 145 million years ago in the late Jurassic period of the Mesozoic, and was originally discovered in Bavaria, Germany as early as 1861. Already a staple in Prehistoric Kingdom or other Jurassic World-based games, Archaeopteryx would provide a very nice addition to the game's aviaries and their flying reptiles. Number 5. Inostrancevia. The addition of Dimetrodon opened the gates to Permian creatures in the game, and none other Permian creature is more popular, well, other than the aforementioned Dimetrodon, than Inostrancevia. Inostrancevia is an extinct genus of sizable carnivorous therapsids thrived during the late Permian era and what is presently European Russia and southern Africa. Inostrancevia holds the title of the largest known Gorgonopsian, with fossil specimens suggesting a size range of approximately 3 to 3.5 meters in length. Its distinctive features include a robust skeleton, broad skull, and advanced detention, highlighted by large canines, the longest of which could reach 15 centimeters and likely serve to strip skin from prey. Similar to other Gorgonopsians, Inostrancevia possessed a notably wide jaw opening angle, facilitating the delivery of fatal bites. Number 4. Hatzegopteryx. We need another giant flying reptile in the game. After Quetzalcoatlus, which was a perfect addition to the game, we need to add some variety to those huge aviary residents. Hatzegopteryx seems like an obvious choice since it is pretty well known in my opinion, especially after being included in Prehistoric Planet. Alternative to Hatzegopteryx, we could get Aramborgiana or Alanca, which you might once again be familiar with if you ever played or still play Jurassic World Alive. If you do still play that convoluted mess, kudos to you, my friend. Back to Hatzegopteryx though, larger than a regular giraffe, with an estimated wingspan of 10 to 12 meters, Hatzegopteryx is a member of a group of pterosaurs known as the Azhdarchids. The name is fittingly derived from the Persian word Azdar, which roughly translates to dragon. This large pterosaur lived approximately 70.6 million years ago to 66 million years ago in the Cretaceous period. Number 3. The Argentinosaurus. It really feels a little mind-boggling to me that this majestic sauropod has not made it into the game yet. We have all the other significant ones except this one. It truly belongs to the group of the most known prehistoric animals, and I just cannot see why it hasn't been added yet. Are they saving it for Evolution 3? Is there ever gonna be an Evolution 3? Is it too soon to discuss this? Okay. Argentinosaurus is a genus of giant sauropod dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period in what is now Argentina, obviously. Although it is only known from fragmentary remains, Argentinosaurus is one of the largest known land animals of all time, perhaps the largest, reaching 30 to 35 meters in length and 60 to 75 tons in body mass. It is widely regarded by many paleontologists as the biggest dinosaur ever and perhaps lengthwise the longest animal ever, though both claims have no concrete evidence yet. The first Argentinosaurus bone was discovered in 1987 by a farmer on his farm near the city of Plaza Huincul. I hope I read that right. Imagine how cool that must have been, actually, to discover a dinosaur bone. Like, wow. Number 2, the Rajasaurus. A slender medium-sized carnivore from India that we are currently missing in the game, the dinosaur likely measured 6.6 meters and had a single horn on the forehead, which was probably used to display or for headbutting. Late Cretaceous, discovered and described in 2003, Rajasaurus is a close relative of a carnivore we already have in the game and is one of my ultimate favorites, the Mayungasaurus. I guess that's why I like Rajasaurus so much. The beautiful thing about this carnivore though is that it has its own distinctive feature, the one horn, just like the Carnotaurus has too. There is no reason not to add it since it would widen the variety of these medium-sized carnivore species in the game. Before we get to my number 1 pick, I'd like to list some honorable mentions as well that did not make it onto the list because they might not have been so important to me, but I do know these species and would be happy to see them in the game one day. First is Gorgosaurus, a genus of tyrannosaurid theropod dinosaur that lived in the western North America during the late Cretaceous period between 76 to 75 million years ago. We already have the Tarbosaurus now, so I think this one is pretty unlikely though. Already mentioned once, Aramborgiana, a genus of Osdarkid pterosaur from the late Cretaceous period of Jordan and possibly the United States. Tenontosaurus, an early Cretaceous genus of medium to large size ornithopod dinosaur reaching 6 to 7 meters in length and 600 to 1000 kilograms. Dwojiangosaurus, a genus of herbivorous stegosaurian dinosaur from the late Jurassic period reaching 6.5 meters in length and 2.8 metric tons in body mass. Physically similar to the North American Stegosaurus, Dwojiangosaurus is the best understood of the Chinese stegosaurs. Tupandactylus, the butt of many jokes when me and my ex were playing Jurassic World Alive, because in Slovak the name literally sounds like you were saying, "Here's Mr. Dactylus." Yes, we were corny like that. Both linguists, what can I say? Deal with it. So Mr. Dactylus is a genus of a pterosaur related to the game Tapejara and could work as another large cranial crest beauty in our parks. Tenocolagrius, a genus of a coelurosaurian theropod from the late Jurassic of North America, would be also a nice addition to the game, also known from Jurassic World Alive. Edaphosaurus is another Permian relative of Dimetrodon, but with a slightly smaller head. This animal is a genus of extinct Edaphosaurid synapsids that lived in what is now North America and Europe around 303 to 272 million years ago during the late Carboniferous to early Permian. Plateosaurus, a genus of plateosaurid dinosaur that lived during the late Triassic period around 214 to 204 million years ago in what is now Central and Northern Europe. Plateosaurus is a basal or early sauropodomorph dinosaur and a so-called prosauropod, so basically the ancestor of all our sauropods. The game could also go the crocodilian direction one day, and no other ancient crocodile fits the breed better than these Sarcosuchus that lived during the early Cretaceous, 100 tooth and 33 to 112 million years ago of what is now Africa and South America. And we are closing our honorable mentions with the Ichthyovenator, a genus of Spinosaurid dinosaur that lived in what is now Laos, sometimes between 125 to 130 million years ago during the Aptian stage of the early Cretaceous period. And speaking of the Spinosaurids, my number 1, the Irritator. Yes, it does irritate me that we don't have this dinosaur in the game, and that was a cheap joke. I do realize that, I am aware, and let's move on. I love that the name Irritator actually comes from the paleontologist being irritated when putting together the skeleton of this early Cretaceous Spinosaurid, as it was too complicated to pull off, literally like all heads and tails. It was a nightmare. As if I was there. We only have 3 Spinosaurids in the game. We could add the Ichthyovenator. Like, it's up for debate if Irritator or Ichthyovenator is the better known of these. I would maybe love to have them both, but Irritator really is the 4th musketeer of the company, and it would deserve the spot in the game, in my humble opinion. We also never got any other new Spinosaurid in the game that would come in a DLC, for example. Estimated at between 6 and 8 meters in length, Irritator weighed about 1 ton, making it one of the smallest Spinosaurids known. Its long, shallow, and slender snout was lined with straight and unserrated colonical teeth. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. These have been my top 10 dinosaurs that I would love to see added to the game. Hopefully the support for this game goes on and we get at least 1 or 2 more pack DLCs, but who knows. It's not my place to speculate and spread panic, but after the highly divisive Secret Species DLC, I think the fandom would rightfully deserve another DLC or 2. I mean, come on. I need to find my Zen again. Do you agree with my picks, and do you have any other dinosaurs that I haven't mentioned that you desperately want to see in the game? Do let me know in the comments. If you like the video, please give me a like, comment, or share with your friends, and if you think that you will like my upcoming content, please do consider subscribing because there is more coming park builds, tips, tricks, and tutorials. Thank you again for watching, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tommy, and I hope I'll see you here next time. But till the next time, have the greatest of the days, and Argentinosaurus is a genus of giants. Tanacolagrius, a genus of Coelurosaurian, Permian relative of Dimetrodon, but with a smiley